The reason why I'm against a brick wall right now is because they're getting the gym ready to reopen, and they took the studio room and they put a bunch of equipment in it. So this is going to be a strict mask only room. So anyone who wants to come to the gym and be in a room where everyone is wearing a mask and gloves and it's very, very strict, this is where it's gonna happen. So that's why I'm against the brick wall right now. Okay, so I'll start off standing. And Monday morning stretches. So just drop one shoulder down, drop your ear down to your shoulder, and then roll your chin to your chest, and then other ear to your opposite shoulder. So you're getting that stretch across your neck. And just going back and forth a few times, just kind of gently open up your traps 1 and traps 2. Taking a few passes up and down. I know that this isn't like the most exciting way to get started, but it's beneficial enough. And then coming back up to center, looking over your left shoulder. Oh, nothing over there. Looking over your right shoulder. Again, over left, over right. And then inhale, raising both hands up over your head. Exhale, dropping one hand down by your side, and then sliding that hand down your leg, reaching the top arm over your head, and then rolling that shoulder blade back so you're stretching out through your lats and your shoulder, taking a deep breath. On the exhale, squeezing from the obliques to come back up to center, and dropping over to the other side, sliding that hand down your thigh, reaching the top arm over, and then rolling the shoulder blade back. Big breath in. Exhale, squeezing back up to center, and then glitter fingers coming all the way down. Cool. Inhale, raising both hands up, and then exhaling, folding over at the waist down into an easy forward fold. So just stretching out your hamstrings, shake loose your head, shake loose your arms. You can wiggle your butt side to side. Pretty much all these movements are suggestions, so you can just kind of do whatever feels right for you. And then we're going to bend at the knees, walk yourself out into a plank, and then send your butt straight to the sky for a downward dog. Okay, and this is like getting ready to exercise downward dog, so we're going to pedal one heel after the other, stretching out your calves. Take a look underneath one armpit, see if you can see the world below you. Smell your armpit. Oh, that's cool. Smell your other armpit. We're balanced. And then slowly we're going to walk your feet to your hands until we all find ourselves in a forward fold again. And bending at the knees, curling all the way back up to standing. I'm going to start off with movement now. So taking a forward lunge, alternate toe touch, we're going to get into general warm-up. So reaching forward, reaching for that toe, come back up over your head. We're going to go for a set of 20 of these. Going at your own pace, but just trying to make it a stretch. So going deep enough that you're loosen up all your muscles, and the hand that's coming up over your head, you can be like kind of fabulous and presenty. And whenever you get to 20, you get to 20. Okay, we're going to do a walkout to a push-up. So legs are pretty much straight. Inhale, raising both hands up. Exhale to fold. Hamstring stretch, that's lovely. Walk yourself out. You do your push-up, still lovely. And walk yourself all the way back up. We're going to go for 10 of these total. So you open up your hamstrings and open up your shoulder girdles more. And if the push-ups are feeling kind of hard, like this kind of sucks, you can skip the push-up. Just walk yourself out to a plank and then come all the way back up. So if you're going that route, it looks like this. But if you're able to do the push-ups, go for the push-up. And I think I have one more to go. Okay, so stretching out your inner thigh, we're going to do a set of lateral lunges going side to side. So stepping deep enough that you feel that stretch in there, you're like, oh, that's great. Come back up to center, and then other direction. Going to go for a set of 20 of these. Hands can do whatever you want with your hands. Cool. Just move for a second. Okay, so we're going to go for a set of 10 push-ups with rotation. So these can be done on your knees. If you're doing them on your knees, do your push-up, that's lovely, and then you roll an arm up. So you're just going through a trunk rotation. If you do them on your toes, it's the same thing, just a little bit more rotation through the hips and the shoulder. Going for 10. Try and reach the top arm up as high as you can towards the ceiling. And you're pushing your body away from the floor with the hand that's touching the floor. Right. Once you finish your set of 10 of those, we're going to come into reverse lunge, straight leg kick. We're going to go for 10 on each side. So left hand out in front of you, right leg steps back, and then try and kick that hand. So we're stretching out your hamstring in a very dynamic way. Once you finish your 10, just go straight into the other side. Fun. It's like being a rockette for 2 seconds. Only you don't have to train as hard or wear spangly outfits. Or you don't get to wear spangly outfits. Okay, so we're going to do a push-up and stepping into a high lunge to continue stretching hip flexors and glutes. All right, these can also be done on your knees. So we'll do the knee variation first. You do your push-up on your knee. Come up onto your toes and step a foot into a high lunge. Okay, if you're doing them on your toes, it's just a push-up, stepping your other foot into a high lunge. So feel that stretch across that hip flexor. Okay, going for 10, starting whenever you're ready. Yeah, those hip flexors get tight, you know. Sometimes it just takes a lot of movement. Just kind of tell those muscles in there to loosen up, that everything is okay, they don't have to be so uptight. But, you know, life is like that sometimes. All right, we're gonna come into sumo squat with trunk rotation. So with your feet wider than your shoulders, bringing both hands up over your head, you're gonna squat down, bring your hands down to the floor, twist to take the gaze up towards one thumb, and then twist to take the gaze up towards your other thumb. Come back down, both hands come up to the sky, and then you follow, okay? We're gonna do 4 more of those, so 5 total. Squatting down deep, hands coming down, twisting to open up, twist to open up, both hands coming up, hallelujah. Two more. One more. Great. All right, so we're gonna do 2 more warm-up exercises, and then we'll start the workout. So we're gonna do a push-up to a shoulder tap. So if you're doing these on your knees, do your push-up, come up, keep your body square to the floor as you tap your opposite shoulder. If you're doing them on the toes, it's the same thing. We're gonna go for a set of 10 of these, so not a huge number. We do your push-up, tap your opposite shoulder, and back down. Trying to keep your body square off to the floor. Once you finish a set of 10 of those, come back up to standing. We'll do our last warm-up exercise, which is a set of single leg squats. So we're gonna go for 10 on each leg. If your right leg is bent, we're gonna reach your right hand down towards your left toes. Come back up to stand. You don't have to touch your toes as long as you're reaching in that same line. Once you finish your 10, just switching sides. Cool. Okay, so first exercise, going to be a set of beast push-ups. So for those of you who need a little refresher, beach push, I'll do the knee variation first. So on your knees, you do your push-up, and then bend at the knees as you come back to stretch out your lats. Come back on your knees, do your push-up, come all the way back to stretch out your lats. If you're doing them on your toes, it's the same thing. You're doing your push-up and pushing all the way back to stretch out your lats. Go for a set of 10. And just think that you're breathing a lot. Cool. Once you finish your set of beast push-ups, I know that they're called beast push-ups, but they're actually kind of, I don't want to say that they're tame, but they're definitely not like what you imagine a beast to be. We call them like fluffy puppy push-ups. Curtsy to knee drive up. So back foot steps back, so you cross behind your midline, and then come up to balance. We're going to go for 15 of these on each side. Again, these don't have to be done fast, but we do want to try and maintain that balance when you get to the top. Once you finish your set of 15, just go straight into the other side. Great, and then we'll celebrate a good set of those with a set of jumping jacks. So going for a set of 30. Cool, rest for about 30 seconds and we'll come back into beast push-ups. If you found that you could do more than 10 push-ups and you want to do more, start right now, okay? Everyone else will take our time coming down. We're gonna go for 10 beast push-ups either on your knees or on your toes. They're both good. If you're starting right now, just keep going. Everyone else, let's get busy. So you push down, push up, stretch out through your lats. Great, once you finish your set of 10 or more, because you're awesome, you did extra credit, we're gonna come back up, curtsy to knee drive up, 15 on each side, And your hands can either stay on your hips and go behind your head, or you can pretend like you're wearing a big dress, or taking off your hat, or not. Once you finish your set, just go straight into the other side. Last set of jumping jacks. I'm not going to say forever, but at least for the next hour. 30 jumping jacks, starting whenever. Cool. Once you're done with that, rest for about 30 seconds. We'll get started with our next one. All right, so the next one that we're gonna do, I'll demonstrate first. We're gonna go for 10. You can start whenever you want, but it's walkout, push-up, plank jack. It's a tongue twister, but it's not as bad as it sounds. So you lift your hands up, walk yourself out. You do your push-up, and then that's a plank jack. Walk yourself all the way back up, hands come over your head. So we're going for 10. If you're doing these on your knees, you can walk yourself out, knees come down, you do your push-up, knees come up, and then do your plank jack. Whichever variation you choose, it's up to you. Yeah. When you do your plank jack, just want to keep your, my push-up. Keep your core engaged so your hips don't dip. Let everyone finish up their sets because it's lovely and awesome to do walkouts, to push-ups, to plank jacks. At least I think it's lovely and awesome. Okay, cool. So we're gonna do a lateral lunge, stepping up to stability. So you take a step out to the side and then come up and balance. Whoa, don't fall over. And then back out to the side, come back to balance. We're gonna go for 10 of these on each side. you want to make them a little bit harder, raise your hands over your head. Once you finish a set of 10, just go straight into the other side. Great. Once you're all done with that, you're going to get your heart rate elevated with jumping split squats. So the full expression is where you drop back knee down, come up, and you're hopping, just going back and forth like that. If that feels like really tough on your knees, just do the reverse lunge. Alternate it like that, you'll get the same effect. Okay, no matter which one you're going for, we're going to go for 20, okay? So start whenever. Gets your heart rate up, which is the goal. Okay, rest for 30 seconds, and then we're going to go back to the walkout with a plank jack. Walkout, push up, plank jack. Say that 5 times fast. Walkout, push up, plank jack. Walkout, push up, plank. Okay, starting away. Walk yourself out. If you do them on your knees, drop to your knees, do your push up. Plank jack. Come all the way back up. So again, when you're doing your plank jack, keep your core tight so your hips don't drop and there's no unwanted movement. Nine. 10. Go. Everyone finish up that set. Lateral lunge, coming back up to stability. So picking a side, come up to balance, whoa, but you don't fall over. Okay, going for 10. Once you finish that, just going right into the other side. Cool, once you've wrapped up that set, we're gonna come to the jumping split squat or the reverse lunge if you don't wanna jump right now, okay? So going for 20, no matter which way you're going. If you're already going for the jump, try and get high up and do the switch fast. So the more vertical you can get, the more better the exercise is. Nice. Rest for a few seconds, and we'll get started with our last superset. Okay, so Hindu push-ups are where you start essentially from a downward dog, and you kind of like swoop your chest and your chin low down to the ground and come into an upward dog, and then you push yourself all the way back into a downward dog. Okay, these can be done on your knees as well by coming like so, lowering yourself down and coming up. Okay, so that's the knee variation. If you're doing them on your toes, dropping your elbows down to the ground, lowering your chin, coming all the way into your upward dog, and then slowly coming all the way back and pushing yourself up. No matter which way you do these, we're going to go for 10 total. Okay, so on your knees or on your toes, and getting yourself strong. Two. Three. Four. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Great, those are hard. Cool. So once you finish a set of those, we're going to do a forward lunge with trunk rotation. So pretend like you're holding onto a big box of treasure, right, or something awesome. But it's kind of heavy, so your arms have to stay at a 90-degree angle. Going to take a step forward, keeping your hips level to the floor. You're going to twist over the leg that's in front, and then push yourself back up. Other leg goes forward, twist, push yourself back up. So we're going to go for 20 of these total. And as you do the twist, your hips aren't really moving. It's just your upper body pivoting over your hips. Great. Once everyone's done with their lunges with rotation, we're going to get your heart rate up exercise with a set of jumping prisoner squats. So prisoner, hands are behind your head because you're a prisoner. Squat down, and then come up and explode. Laying back in the squat. If you're like Nolan, these jumps are not happening for me. Squat, come up on your toes, okay? Same sort of muscle group has to happen. Let's go for 15 of these. Start whenever you're ready. Too much fun. Cool, rest for about 30 seconds, let your heart rate come down for a second. We'll prepare for final set of Hindu push-ups. Okay, so whether you're doing these on your knees or your toes, try to swoop your chin and your chest low down to the ground. You can totally cheat. I'll show you how you cheat really good. If you're ever doing these in front of someone, you want to do like a million of them, just do that, right? That's nothing. Okay, so from a downward dog, swooping chest and chin low down to the ground, into your upward dog, and then coming back up. If you're doing them on your knees, same motion. Let everyone finish their sets of those. Look at me, I'm turning into a sweaty mess. Should have worn a sponge. Alright, so grabbing onto your box of treasure, so your arms are at a 90-degree angle, and your shoulders are back. 20 lunges with rotation. And even if you start getting tired, just by focusing on your hips, staying level with the floor, will make you all better. Once you're all done with those, last explosive kind of exercise, prisoner squats with a hop. So going for 15, again, if you don't think that the hop is happening for you today, squat down, come up on your toes, okay? Everyone else, feet leave the floor. 15. Great. If you got a pad around or a mat, you can bust it out. Let your heart rate come down for a second before you lay on your back. So looks like it's going to be another beautiful week, which I'm sure I can speak for all of us. We're all very happy about that. Okie doke. So laying on your back, you can do these with your feet flat on the floor or feet up in the air with the tabletop at the shin. We're going to go for a set of 25 crunches. Hands can be across your chest or behind your head. Just keeping a good space between your chest and your chin. Cool. Once you finish your set of 25, put your hands under your bum, straighten out your legs, set of 15 leg lifts. So raising up so your feet aren't directly over your hips, but just shy of that, and then lowering them down just above the floor. "13, 14, 15. Cool. Once you're done with those, that will finish. We're going to do one last exercise. So we're going to do an isometric contraction. So lifting up your feet again, we're going to press your hands into your thighs and your thighs into your hands. So you're creating a great deal of pressure in between your thighs and your hands to strengthen your deep core and your psoas. We're going to hold this for 15 more seconds, total of 30 seconds. All right, so pushing away, push, 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 push. And if it feels really difficult, then you're doing it right. Push a little bit harder. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straighten out your legs, straighten out your hands, stretch out your abdominal wall. Coming up whenever you're ready. And you're done. Nice work, everybody. Hope to see you all on Wednesday morning for yoga, and then Friday morning for core class. And I'll come and unmute you guys. Or you can unmute yourselves, I think. Zoom kind of